Okay, greetings, Patriots, Starseeds, light workers, and of course our brave military. Welcome, 1776 United, and we are in a worldwide and galactic revolution. Now, today, we're going to go down the rabbit hole, and this is for entertainment purposes only. But I want to bring up some conspiracies, and I want everybody to go over and start listening to Trader Girl Q. She's on Rumble, and she is just a wealth of information. So, this is what she says, and I want to, convey this to you. The Black Swan event, what is coming. Now, Q has been going on and operating long before we were born, okay? Now, the Golden Gate Bridge plays a very, very significant part in what the Black Swan and everything, all the events that is happening. So we have to pay attention on the Golden Gate Bridge. And because, in the movies and up to this point, it's been destroyed. The Golden Gate Bridge has been destroyed more than 15 times in the movies. So the White Hats are trying to tell you something. And just before I go any further, the Patriots are in total control of this, okay? This is, you have to trust the plan, okay, that's going on. Also, you ever see that movie where they come out, Columbia Pictures, and of course you got the Statue of Liberty standing up there high. That's all tied together as well. And I'm going to get to that in a minute. Now, all this is being tied together through Q, and if you look at the comms and what's happening, the White Hats, or the Earth Alliance, is trying to tell us, giving us crumbs for us to do the research and say, because once you see it, you cannot unsee it, all right? And this is what they're trying to do. They're trying to wake up and open the eyes of humanity to show you and to show humanity that we've been lied to about everything, okay? Everything around us has been a lie, but they have to show humanity. They can't not just bring it onto TV and try to explain this. Watch San Francisco about what's going to happen. Watch the Golden Gate Bridge about what's going to happen. Watch New York. They had that new elected mayor, or whoever he was, doing a bench press, and he couldn't, I think he weighs about 130 pounds, and he could not lift his own weight. A barbell with a couple of weights on each end and a bar itself could not lift his own weight, which is only another 130 pounds. So they're sending you out the comms in this little video illustration saying how weak this guy is. And Trump's going to go in there and he's going to, basically take a roller pin to him. So, John F. Kennedy Sr. is 107, okay? He would have been 107 to this date. He was born in 1917, and I know that for a fact because my mother was born in 1917, okay? That's why I've always remembered that number. And it's turning 107 this year. So things are going to happen this year based on that. All the numerology. Yes, the Black Hats and the Satanics work off of their numerology. So do the White Hats. So, and that's why Q is dropping all these crumbs for humanity and the truthers and the digital warriors, so us to pick up the crumbs and try to, put the puzzle together based on what they're trying to drop, because they're trying, without telling you, they cannot tell you, but they can make the drops. And it's up to us to, do the research, okay? Now, the sleepers that are out there that don't know anything about what's going on here, they're about to wake up. They're about to wake up however they wake up. And it might not be as pleasant as they think it is. The only way that this is the only way people will be able to believe what's going on is by the false flags that are about to happen, and the destruction or the collapse of these satanic sites. And let me explain this a little bit. The Golden Gate Bridge, when it was built back in the day, was a symbolism and a bridge to what they called Mars, and that was their religion at that time. And what the White Hats are trying to explain now is that all these huge symbolisms and monuments and buildings and everything around the United States is a symbolism of slavery. Now, not too far away from there was a church called the House of Satan, or the Church of Satan. Also, that was very, very close. And there was another building called the Hannibal Club. These were satanic worship places very, very close to the Golden Gate Bridge. And since the building of the Golden Gate Bridge, there has been thousands and thousands of suicides off that bridge. Well, they haven't been suicides, they've been sacrifices where they've thrown people off. And it even goes back to where all the Zodiac killings back in that day, people that were a little bit older remember the Zodiac murders, the mass murders that were going on there, and they never did find the Zodiac killer. Well, maybe because there was no Zodiac killer. All these killings, if you look at the map and if you go back to where the Zodiac murders were and the locations where they were all around that Bohemian area, around the Golden Gate, San Francisco area. Okay, this all ties together. They were using or picking people at that particular time and sacrificing them, and maybe saying that, oh, it's a Zodiac killer, and putting that on to the mainstream at that point to have everybody looking in that direction. So 1,500 suicides is what they want to call them, was done just in 1 month, or in 1 year. Or I'm sorry, there was 2,700 suicides per year, over 1,500 suicides in the 5 years. Okay, 27 per year. That's over two per month that they were doing sacrificing and doing ritual sacrifice off the Golden Gate Bridge. This is about to come out, and this is why this has to be revealed. Okay, now the JFK, before his assassination, the month before his assassination, he shut down Alcatraz. Why? Because Alcatraz was a tunnel system underneath there, running tunnels directly under the ocean in the Bay of San Francisco, right into San Francisco. And they were using that as a sacrifice along with housing criminals. So it was a maximum prison, penitentiary, but it was also a hub to do their sacrificing through there. This is what everything I'm talking about is what Trader Girl Q, a great decoder, I think she's one of the best at this point, is claiming right now. Now, Deep State lives off its numerology, as I said before, but this is what the White Hats are trying to do as well. They're trying to live off, or trying to work it through their numerology by showing and dropping these comms for our digital warriors out there. White hats are in control. They need to tell you, or need to tell the planet, that everybody has been lied to. Now, The Wizard of Oz, the movie, plays a very, very significant part in this. It's the golden, the golden road, yellow brick road, off to see the wizard. Okay, so all this here is all tied together. The Golden Gate Bridge and the yellow brick road leading off to the Bohemian Grove. And all this will be exposed. Trump's going to expose this all, okay? And a lot of this stuff is going to come down. We have been, and Trump wants to expose to humanity that we have been lied to. Humanity's been lied to for thousands and thousands of years. He has to show you this by what is coming, okay? Now, there is a connection between Golden Gate Bridge and the, what do they call it? The Golden Age is what he's claiming to see. Now, there's a connection there. So, what we're thinking, or what Trader Girl is thinking, is that the Golden Gate Bridge will fall, and it might be a CGI operation. It might be the real McCoy. Who knows? But they're not going to kill people just by dropping the bridge or whatever. So that's not their intention, and that's quite counterproductive. But they're going to let you know that as one bridge falls, another golden era will rise. And that's because California, there will be a new golden era that comes out of California. And they're just basically making it look with, new scum in there, and that Bass bitch in there, the mayor of LA, how evil they are and how controlling it is, along with Pelosi, San Francisco. They're exposing all that right now, and everybody's waking up to know that, this is exactly what's going on before they flip the cards and, reveal the whole hand, okay? Now, there's so many new postings right now of many things that are happening. There is going to be, on the internet right now, you're seeing a lot of posting of Superman, the S, and all this other stuff. So there's going to be a upgrade that's coming to humanity. Whether people know about it or not, we're going to be getting a huge upgrade. And this is done, that's going to be done that we have no control over. Because they're lifting all the carbon dark elements basically off of us to reinstate the crystalline matter that we're supposed to have, that was God-given. And all this is going to be done through higher powers than us. Okay, so the bridge, there's so many things to the Golden Gate Bridge that are tied to many, many different satanic comms and operations. Everything is basically built around there, and that needs to be exposed. Also, the Columbia pictures, going back to the Statue of Liberty, that will also come down. Because if you look at her feet and her whole statue, that is a symbolism of Satanism. And that's what they put there in the middle of New York to show the world at that time that the United States was under total satanic control. And that all has to be brought down. All right? So we're going to see a Black Swan event. There will be a huge crash coming, and it's coming very, very soon. It's going to, and I'm still sticking with this, gold and silver is going to go parabolic. It's just going to go skyrocket up, and you're going to see a lot of their old symbolism, including the dollars, all the dollars that is their paper, that American paper money is full of that dark satanic symbolism that will have to burn. Okay, so that being said, I will get you on the next one. Have a great day, and it's raining here. I hope it's sunny where you are. Bye for now.